I see blood squirting out of my chin, and I woke up, checked the time on my phone, and it said 9:49. Wait, 9:49? I immediately rushed to the bathroom, brushing my teeth as fast as I could, because the only thing that was running through my head was, I got work in 10 minutes. So how did I get here? Let me run it back real quick. It was the summer of 2019, the summer before any of us were familiar with the term COVID-19, the summer with zero entanglements. I was excited because school had just closed and I was getting my first job, so I told myself this is gonna be the best summer this year. Fast forward a week later, I started my job at this fast food restaurant. On my first 2 to 3 weeks, I was very excited to work there because it was a new experience for me. And those checks every 2 weeks, let's just say they were hitting kind of different. So needless to say, that was an incentive enough for me to show up to work on time. I usually work the morning shift from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. so I'd wake up around 8, give myself 1 hour to get ready and another hour to eat before I get to work. Now 6 weeks into the job, I started getting a little bit comfortable. So instead of waking up at 8, I'd get up around 8:30. Sometimes I'd push it a little bit more to 9:15. Especially, on those days where you just want to stay in bed for as long as you can. Mainly because you're tired from the, I'm only gonna watch one episode that turned into 2, 3, then until you can't open your eyes anymore in the middle of episode 4. Yeah. So the date was July 24th, a Wednesday, and that was the day of my worst accident. And guess what? It was one of those, I'm only gonna watch one episode days. Now, a couple weeks prior to this, I started getting into the habit of riding my bike to work, especially on the days that I went to bed late. And by doing so, it gave me the confidence to sleep in a little bit more, because now my travel time to get to work was reduced from 5 minutes walking to less than 2 minutes on a bike. But on this day, I didn't hear my alarm go off. And that's when I woke up, checked the time on my phone, and found myself with only 10 minutes to get to work. So I finished getting ready, I hopped on my bike, and while I was riding to work, I made the smart decision of pulling out my phone to check the time. But now, I only had one hand on the bike, and I was going fairly fast. But that wasn't the danger that caused the accident, no. The danger was me using my left hand to steer the bike instead of my right. I'll tell you why in a sec. So I just made a right turn into the street, and I knew that at the end of the street there was a slope going down intersecting with other streets. So with this in mind, I stopped looking at my phone. I'm trying to put it away so I can slow down, but it won't fit. Then I see this car at the intersection, and I low-key start panicking cause this damn phone won't fit in and I need to slow down fast. Well, so why don't I just use my left hand to brake? See, here's the thing about the left hand brake. If you're an experienced biker, you should know that the left hand brake is connected to the front tire that's usually reserved for emergencies when you need to stop fast, but only after and not before you apply the brakes for the back tire first. Because if you don't, this can happen. So I was getting closer and closer to that car, and I needed to make a decision fast. A, drop my brand new Samsung 8 so I can save myself, or B, take the risk with the left hand brake. So I picked B, pulled the brakes, and then my bike stopped. And I was on the bike, but for some reason, I didn't seem to be stopping. So when I realized what was happening, I put my hands in front of my face and braced for impact. Then, I hit the ground stomach first, then I followed through with my chin. After that, I was gasping for air because that fall knocked the wind out of me. And for about 30 seconds, I remember nothing else was hurting except for my stomach. But that wasn't the scary part, no. The part that made me feel that this might be my turn to kick the bucket or my turn to walk into the light was when I looked down and I see blood squirting out of my chin, and I started panicking because I've never seen so much blood coming out of me. So I put my hand to try and stop the bleeding, but it just kept coming. So at this point I'm like, yo man, just go back in, man. Like, we don't need to bleed this much, So I pressed even harder on my chin, and that kind of seemed to be slowing down the bleeding. And I was feeling weak, so I barely got myself out of the road, and I just kind of threw myself into somebody's front yard. I laid down there for about 40 seconds until I saw this black truck pull up beside me. This construction worker saw me. He got out and said, "Hey, hold on, I got a first aid in the back." "Hey, try this." "Thanks." Is it that bad?" "You're lucky, but you might need some stitches." "Stitches? But do I really need to get stitches though?" So he helped me out until I got home, and to be honest, I don't know what I would have done if he wasn't there. Hey, you already know who it is. It's Mel MT. And first of all, shout out to the beautiful 215 people supporting me by liking, sharing, and giving me feedback in the comments. Thank you guys. And second, school just opened for me, and that means it's gonna take about a month to put one out, maybe a little bit longer. But you already know the content is getting better and better. So if you wanna get weekly updates and maybe a little sneaky peeky on the next video, follow me on Instagram, and until then, have a good day.